All right, welcome to week 26
of
rolling around Europe with Rolly. Woohoo! Coming to the end of our journey, but not quite. Last few days in Paris. We're in Paris now, and we're packing up Rolly.
Packing up Rolly ready for storage. We're going to spend a few days in Paris, and then we're coming home.
Checking out the must-sees in Paris. How was the week, Claire?
It was good. Saw some really pretty stuff.
Yeah, we've been up in the north, western side of France. Probably some of the highlights were we went out to the Atlantic coast. There was 3 towns altogether: Tréport, Bains, and EU, which is spelled EU, which is a bit odd. So we were in the EU, which is a bit weird. So that was cool, and we were cycling around there and stayed there a few days, and some beautiful views. And then we went out to one of the they claim it's the most beautiful village in France.
But I don't know about that.
I think we were there a little bit late, to be honest. I think it had been windy for a couple of days beforehand, and probably lost a lot of its
gorgeous though.
flowers. Very pretty, but
biking there and back, beautiful cycleways, lovely biking.
But they're supposed to have a lot of roses, but I think they were all blown away. But no, it was a pretty little town.
Very pretty little town.
So
that's it.
That's it for this week. Enjoy the video.
Will there be one next week?
Yeah, there's got to be, because we've got to fly out of Paris, and we're going to spend a few days in Singapore to try and acclimatise before we head back to New Zealand and see the family. Looking forward to see the family. Hello, family, and we'll see you in just over a week. All right. See you, everyone.
Bye.
All right, we're here at the Notre Dame in Amiens, and she's a monster. Absolutely huge. It's the largest cathedral in France. It can actually fit 2 of the Notre Dames of Paris inside it, apparently. I'll go around the side here. It was actually built in the 13th century. Late 1250. It's obviously built over a number of years, but apparently built pretty quickly. We can't quite see the steeple, but that got hit by lightning around the 16th century, and they had to rebuild it. So you can sort of see you start to see the steeple up there, very tall, 150 metres, I think it said. This is the eastern transept side door. Look at the size of that. Besides that rose window up there. This is the northern side. Look at those flying buttresses. I don't know if you can see it that well. The sun's just disappeared, but you get quite a different perspective. Looks quite different from this angle. Let's watch where you're going with the camera, Kevin. Look at all those gargoyles and animals protruding out from the buttresses. Looking back up to the cathedral, you get a bit of a idea of the size of it. It's huge, isn't it, from this angle? But we're down in it's the canal region, I suppose, of Amiens, and they call themselves the Little Venice of the North, apparently. So I'm going to go quickly across here before I get run over, and it's quite a pretty scene over here. Unfortunately, the sun's not coming out. Some dude standing on a thing out there. That's quite pretty though, isn't it? Bit more canal action coming on down here, and some nice old half-wooded houses. And a salon de tea and creperie.
we were just talking about where are all the people. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
one
the
around.
first week of August and we're kind of expecting it to be busy, but there's no one around.
No one here.
It's spooky. Just down by the rowing club here, and nice little scene with the boats all parked up. Another canal view and the colourful houses, all very different styles of different ages and vastly different colours. Bit of a mishmash really, isn't it? It's not necessarily that old. Little ducklings. Here we are at Tréport. Bit of a stony old beach. Like Napier Beach, isn't it? Big limestone cliffs, apparently the tallest limestone cliffs. You can see quite a few little holes in there, so there must be some tunnels in there. See down the bottom there's tunnels, and then there's a funicular railway that you can catch up to the terrace. At the top of the funicular, looking across to Bains, down into the port, and in the distance by that yellow factory you can see a bunch of motorhomes. Well, you can't really, you can see a blob, but that's where Roller is sitting. And down here is the town of Tréport, Tréport. A range of different houses along here. And they've got these beach huts, which I think you can hire out or possibly people own, we don't quite know. It's a bit cool today, so not many people out and about in the beach huts anyway. But yeah, quite a colourful lot of houses. A little town called well, I don't know how to pronounce it. EU is spelt. So we're in the EU.
Ew.
Another French market. Yeah, it might be one of the last French markets we get to see. Right here we've got an old cathedral, quite a decent sized one actually, for a little town. Nice poulet. And selling beads. This is the Chateau de Eu, so it's got its own massive chateau. Pretty impressive. Facing the cathedral, and this was the place where the first entente cordiale between Great Britain and France was formally recognised by King Louis Philippe and Queen Victoria in 1843. Here we are, just finished our visit of Chateau de Eau. And what are your thoughts, Claire? What do you think of the Chateau de Eau?
Well, it's quite small.
Yes, it's actually surprisingly narrow.
It looks big, but it's just one room wide.
It's probably about 8 metres wide. It was actually supposed to be a U-shape, so this is only one part of it. They had a massive fire in 1902, so lost a lot of it. Nice gardens. A couple of good statues just over there. There's the Mama statues, pretty good. It's a bit of modern art, I think, going in there. It's going to speak the Mama statue. Oh yes, the piece of modern art. That is very poignant, I think. Back in this afternoon after the markets went, and I thought this is where the market was, so I thought I'd do a quick pan without the market in place. And back to the church, Cathedral up that way, and down in the distance the chateau, which we've just been to see. So yeah, a bit of a difference from this morning, but there is a nice little cafe over there that I think it's got our name on it. Let's go and have a look. Just cycling back from O. Had a couple of rosés at the little cafe there. It was rather nice. And it's quite a nice little ride on the pathway here. Right.
You're doing it.
We've all the way around France we've seen these little machines. This is in the middle of the car park in a place called EU. No, this is Lady Tréport, isn't it? And you can order a pizza, and it is cooked in 5 minutes. So it must be cooked and frozen. But I'm sure there's a man in there like that, and he cooks it for you. So we'll see if the man can cook us a pizza. So what is it? It's quite not exactly cheap, is it? So
$8.80 for a margarita.
The Regina is pretty good, which is Regina is jambon and mozzarella, so ham and cheese. Margarita, $8.50.
No, that's two. So
Oh, bolognese sounds alright.
fromagerie is too cheesy.
Too cheesy. With some bit of meat in it, maybe.
Yeah, no, I think, okay, so Regina, I think. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I had the other day, actually. It's pretty good. So we want hot.
One. Continue. Cart has been updated. We don't want any hot sauce. We are okay.
Look, you get a cutter.
Ooh,
and hot sauce. Pizza cutter. Sure, we don't want a margarita for $8.80. You like chips with that in a cart, so I think you need to go.
Cart.
Yeah.
€10.
Pay, alright.
Regina.
Just pay and see how this goes. So there's our pizza cooking.
Yeah, I don't think it's doing that.
There's a man in there cooking it.
No, I don't think so.
Right, 8 seconds to go. We'll see what happens. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Pizza.
Oh.
Oof. What does it look like? Oh, gee, it looks alright, doesn't it?
Oh, cool.
It looks like a pizza.
It's really nice. There you go.
Right, let's have a closer look.
It's actually on a metal tray.
A tin foil type tray.
Foil tray.
So look. Wow. Amazing.
Doesn't seem bad.
Let's give it a taste and see how we go.
Yeah. I've managed to cut it, and little bit soggy. But
Give it a taste. Oh.
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Wow. Who would have thought? Pizza out of a machine.
I know.
Alright, I'm going to turn this off and tuck in. Just looking down at the town of Tréport and then across to Bains. See the harbour there, the tide's gone right out and you can see some gates down there. So there's like a lock system there for the harbour. The sun shining on the chalk cliffs and into the coloured houses of Bains. I was going to try and get the drone up, but she's just a bit too windy really. This is supposed to be France's most beautiful village, Tréport. English pronunciation would be Tréport. Let's go for a bit of a walk through. Lots of roses apparently. Just gone midday. You can hear the bells in the background. This is La Chapelle de Juberie. This is our free air for the night. We're staying right there. It's Rolly. So we're in the town of Clermont, not to be confused with Clermont-Ferrand, which is down south. We're up north of Paris. Just around the corner we've got a nice sized church. Cathedral. Could do with a bit of maintenance. Oh, that block there looks like it's about to fall, doesn't it? Like an old sundial or something. Let's see if we can get in somewhere. Okay, we'll try the side door. While we were out,
we
got
just
this little box of goodness.
Walk into Clermont.
Look at this
Nothing was open. The only thing that was open
Patisserie.
was a patisserie, and well,
Look at the fancy box.
you can't walk past a patisserie without.
A good old millefeuille and a...
Great big bee sting.
forgotten the name of it already.
Yep.
But it's big
Yum.
and it's cheesy. No, it's big and it's creamy.
It's big and it's creamy.
It's big, it's massive.
So this is good.
This looked a pretty good, decent millefeuille. Always difficult to eat, aren't they? But I'm not going to show you that on camera. And let's get that little fella out. That big and it's creamy. Look at it. Oh my god! Oh Jesus! Need another hand for that. That's a whopper.
Look at that.
Oh, it's gone out of the camera. Lost it. There you go. Well, so it's some goodness. It's sugar, it's cream, it's a heart attack on a plate. That right there.
So what we said was, we'll go into the patisserie and we'll buy a couple of things to have for after dinner, because we don't have any. We've got no ice cream or biscuits or anything. But then we got back and it's now 4 o'clock.
Could you resist?
And
no.
Guess what?
They have to be eaten.
They have to be eaten.
Afternoon tea, we'll call it. We'll have a late dinner.
Yeah.
Bon appetit. Oh, by the way, prices. €3.05, and I think the same.
€3.50.
€3.50 for that. So €6.55. So what's that? About $10?
9, 10, and
$10 New Zealand dollars. Pretty good, really.
Pretty good.